Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new series where I will be exploring game environments and showcasing level designs in in-depth detail. For the first few videos we're going to focus on some Silent Hill games, and I thought that it would be interesting to start things off with looking around apartment 302 and revealing every possible hauntings that may happen during your playthrough, meaning all the random hauntings that occur in the later half of Silent Hill 4, and I'll also include the scripted hauntings in the first half. So if you do enjoy this video and want to see more, leave a like and subscribe, that way you can stay up to date on all future videos I put up. Now with that said, let's explore. So it's the halfway point in the game where the nightmare truly begins. The apartment no longer remains a place of solitude where Henry can rest or recover, as it now faces an invasion from the other world. These so-called hauntings will start to appear, and if they're ignored and not dealt with fast enough, then there can and will be multiple room hauntings. This part starts with Henry stating that the air in this room feels heavy, and we can see that the ceiling fan has fallen to the floor. So in no particular order, the first place we'll go to is the front door. Now you won't hear anything for this haunting, but you may notice that Henry's shoes are missing. However, by turning to the right, you will see a set of bloody footprints that lead through the kitchen, where we can find Henry's shoes. And after exorcising the evil spirit with a saint medallion or a holy candle, you'll find Henry's shoes back by the door. It's at this point that I was going to end the recording, when this well-timed knock at the door happened. And when you look through the peephole, nobody's there. On to the next haunting. This one is a type that can be heard well before finding it. Though for the quiet ones, you can always switch on the radio to hear the static warning noise to find out if something nasty is present. This clock just so happens to be going into overdrive, as we can see it spinning, the hands moving forward in time very quickly. Another noisy possession takes the form of these rattling windows. You can just see the bottom of the window opening about an inch before closing again. Henry is trapped in time and space, so it's like the room is taunting him. Now this one is a very creepy haunting. The television is turned on, showing only white noise, which happens earlier on in the first half of the game, and you couldn't turn it off, but now this time it's far more worse. What you'll see on the TV screen are a pair of eyes, and they're staring right back at you. And that's not the only thing. The most unnerving part is while the staring eyes are on screen, for a second, you may also see a creepy ghost face. At some point, you might hear cat sounds from somewhere not so obvious, but it's actually coming from the fridge. Henry will have to bear with the headaches to get close enough to open it and find out what's in there. The description doesn't really confirm that this is a cat, because it's just a lump of flesh that's twitching. Walter was involved in the pet shop massacre some years ago. That event has now mixed up in the killer's subconscious mind with the manifestations of the monsters. So that's why there's a lot of animal sounds heard in the game that don't seem to match the monstrosities we see. This next haunting is another one of those silent encounters, and you wouldn't have a clue that this chair over here is the actual threat until you try to save your game. It's an ordinary looking chair until you begin the process of removing the haunting, when we will then see for a brief moment the chair changing, and it will appear older and worn with blood stains all over it before fading away. It's a sneaky place to set up an evil presence if you're trying to acquire either of the two bad endings and are avoiding rather than removing them. Another sound can be heard from the kitchen. This time we can hear running water coming from the sink, but when we head over to the kitchen, we will find that blood is pouring into the sink instead. Back at the door again, you'll see the peephole is weeping blood. Now the headaches start to happen when Henry gets close enough, but we can still take a look, and we can see that it's Henry's doppelganger, who has blood smeared across one side of his face and on his clothes. He also appears to be talking to himself. After getting rid of the bloody peephole, take another look outside, and faux Henry will have vanished. Now there's a lot of danger with this one. It's the same ghost we see at the very start of the game that invades the room before Henry wakes up. And what makes this one a danger is the fact that this ghost will pursue Henry into various rooms. Whether you're in the bedroom, bathroom or living room, it will not stop. But the ghost won't fully enter the room either, as it'll get stuck in the wall, with whatever that stuff is running down it. It looks like a dark oily liquid, and instead of simply vanishing, the ghost will exit the room back to where it came from. This next haunting is a weird one. There's no noise again, nor is there any kind of animation until the headaches begin, and I think this is found in any of the rooms like the ghost. There are cracks all over the wall, leading away from these red fleshy centres, and if you do get close, they start to pulsate like some kind of heart. So maybe the cracks could be seen as a circulatory system, like blood vessels in the body, but that's just a guess. It's as if the room really is what Walter believes it to be, which is his mother, whom he's trying to return to. Even in the 21 Sacraments ending, young Walter Sullivan lays himself on the couch in a fetal position. This has got to be one of the most disturbing encounters. You don't even have to face it if you refused to take the shabby doll that Walter offers Henry, but if you did, carrying the doll around is fine. However, placing it in the item box will trigger this haunting. And of all places it had to be, this haunting is right above the item box where you would have placed the shabby doll. They look like girls with pigtails that are crying and are fused into the wall. So before I reveal the remaining hauntings unique in the bedroom, I will show you some of the scripted events that are worthy mentions in this list. Starting out in the bathroom, the bath is now a bloody mess, as it is never confirmed where Joseph Schreiber was exactly killed within the apartment. The bath could be one possible place. Later in the story, after the bloody bath, you'll hear noise coming from within the laundry room, and this room too has become a gory mess. At one point, we'll start hearing constant knocking at the front door, and if Henry checks it out, we'll see a bloody message on the wall, and over the handprints, we can guess that's from Walter about Eileen. And looking through the peephole again, the message disappears. Another creepy warning can be found in Eileen's bedroom. The pink mascot, Robbie the Rabbit, is sitting on Eileen's bed as normal in the first half of the game. And this is in the later half. Now a bloody Robbie the Rabbit is staring wide-eyed and pointing back at you. For the last 3 hauntings, which all occur in the bedroom, we'll start at the closet where there is a ghost of a child. You can also hear crying from the boy, presumably it's Walter Sullivan, and the shadow is right where Henry would awaken every time he returns from the other worlds, so it also makes this one of the more aggressive home invasions. This next haunting is a rare one. The picture of the church is replaced with a portrait of Walter. The image shows him looking right at you and smiling, and the picture is right in front of the hidden room where his body was hung up. And the final one is apparently an even rarer haunting to get, which happens from this phone.
I'm always watching you. I'm always watching you. I'm always watching you. I'm always watching you. I'm always watching you.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. This video will be part of a brand new series in a new playlist to do with anything and everything involving exploring levels. Some will focus on a particular topic like the hauntings in this video. Some I might talk about game lore, others will just be a general walk around so you can get absorbed in the world. But for now, the only one I'll mention is the Silent Hill 1 videos. So what I'll be doing is 3 separate videos taking a look at the Midwich Elementary School, Alchemilla Hospital, and the finale location called Nowhere, in which I will be exploring the levels floor by floor and room to room in an orderly structure, so the videos will be heavily edited to reflect this. So most enemies will be cleared out, no puzzles to solve, no finding keys for locked rooms. This is purely showcasing and taking a look at the levels in all of its gory details. So if you're new to the channel and are interested in any of these, then subscribe. That way you can stay up to date on all future videos I put up. And once again, thanks to all of you who have subscribed and are helping to make this channel grow. So until the next video, bye everyone.